story I ran into recently that I think exemplifies this. It's a story about a young man who's a husband, dad, he's got 2 kids. Sounds very normal. Sounds very American, family 2.1 kids or however many we have now. That's it. It just sounds so normal. But then you start reading this young man's story. His name is Daniel Ritchie. Daniel Ritchie just came out with a book last month called My Affliction For His Glory. The thing about Daniel Ritchie is he was born without arms. He had no arms. Let me tell you what he said, and I just completely strips my mental gears to understand this. He says, being born without arms might be the single greatest thing that has happened to me apart from my salvation. God has taken a disability that many would see as a disaster and used it to mold and shape me as a man and a believer. My disability, the pain that came with it, has allowed me to see more distinctly the character of God. He comforted me, He assured me, He strengthened me when there seemed to be no source of hope. My hurt also taught me a lot about myself. My trials and tribulations are tools that God has used to mold and shape me for my good and His glory. My pain is a gift, and if I can see it as such, I will begin to be molded in the right ways. Can you imagine? Having that perspective, only the power of the Word of God could do that. That is so contrary to how we think, how we see things. How could God let that happen? How could God? And make no mistake about it, when we get to be with Him in heaven, I know we have a lot of whys to ask. But one thing we see is that He has given us what we need in the power of His Word.